You're not going to believe me when I tell you this, but there was a man who stole an NBA team from a city, and he got away with it.
He got away with it?
It was illegal, and then he found a loophole, and he got away with it. And this man completely changed so many careers and so many storylines in the NBA. If it wasn't for this man, Kevin Durant's career will look completely different. Gilgeous-Alexander's career will look different. Russell Westbrook, James Harden, LeBron James. So many players, and how the NBA has looked over the last 15 years would be totally different if this guy didn't get away with what he did.
What guy?
You're about to find out.
What was the loophole?
I gotta tell you this, man. There's a lot of teams who are still in the league today that have been around for decades.
Yeah.
But this one team should have been here. Should have still been here. In 1967, the Seattle Supersonics. You remember them.
Oh, hell yeah.
They were founded in 67, and by 1979, they were NBA champions. 12 years. It took them 12 years. When Miami got the Heat, it took them 18 years to win a chip. When Toronto got the Raptors, it took them 24 years. It took Seattle 12 years to win a championship and become a basketball city. It's crazy. Like they were part of the culture, man. The 80s, the 90s,
Yep.
Gary Payton,
Yep.
Sean Cap, Detlef, they were a staple. There were so many teams that were nowhere near as good as the Supersonics in the 80s and 90s that are still here today, but we don't got the Supersonics anymore. But Dennis, I got a question. What's the most expensive thing that a team owns?
Probably the players, right?
Even more costly.
Ooh, that a team owns? Is it the arena?
It's the arena. Some of these arenas worth billions of dollars. Seattle didn't have a very good arena, the Key Arena. It was their home. It's where they built this team, and it was falling apart. Like for decades, it was growing older. They were making less money off of it,
Yeah.
and it was falling apart. And for years, they tried to renovate it. There was negotiation year after year after year. Ownership kept passing off the problem. In 2001, they sold the team to Howard Schultz. Do you remember that name?
I do remember that name, yeah.
That's the founder of Starbucks.
Howard Schultz, yeah.
He bought the Supersonics, so he's the owner of both. And then 5 years later, he was done with it. He was done with the renovations. He was done with the negotiations. He was done with losing money. 5 years, and he was already ready to sell.
It only took 5 years for him to get out.
He was done.
Wow.
He was done.
Damn.
He bought a team. He's like, I'm done. Then something happened.
What?
This guy, his name was Clay Bennett. This is the man who stole the Supersonics from Seattle. So this was a guy in 2006 when Howard Schultz was ready to sell. He went out and he got a bunch of investors, put together a purchasing group, and together they bought the Supersonics for $350 million from Howard. Took it off his hands. And then this guy, Clay Bennett, in a public announcement told the city of Seattle that he fully intends on keeping the Supersonics in Seattle. He wanted to keep Seattle a basketball city. He wanted to keep the culture. He didn't want to strip fans of this amazing team. Now, mind you, 2006, a year later, Seattle would get a very important player.
Oh, yeah. We all know who this is.
We all know who that guy is. So while that was all going on, Seattle was thinking, new ownership, new superstar, we're gonna be able to keep our team and grow this thing. But then when you're purchasing a team, there's a lot of legal proceedings. And in that legal proceedings, you see the communication, the offers, everyone who's involved. You see all their dialogue going into the sale. And there were these emails that came out. In those emails, there was this one thread. The thread was called Plan B.
Whoa, that's a funny ass name. Plan B, huh?
Yeah. Before Clay bought this team, before he made that message to Seattle saying he'd keep it in Seattle, these emails existed. It was crazy, man, because Plan B was to move the team to Oklahoma City.
But he didn't tell nobody this.
He didn't tell anybody. And Howard Schultz claims he didn't know. And to this day, Howard Schultz says that this was the biggest mistake of his entire life, was selling the Supersonics to this guy. The guy who created Starbucks says this was his biggest mistake because he apparently didn't know that what this guy was really trying to do. Because by 2008, 2 years after buying it, they had the lease for Key Arena until 2010. But in 2008, he said that because the arena was the shape that it was, it was impossible to make money on this arena. So he applied to break the lease. He broke the lease early, and then the city of Seattle went to court with him. So he made the argument that since you cannot make money with this stadium, that it makes no sense for both Seattle and him and the franchise to stay there. So Seattle took him to court. The city council was like, you have a lease. You can't break this lease. You can't break, that's illegal. You can't break a lease. And he argued, financially for everybody, we had to. And then, after months of court hearings, eventually, the city of Seattle, after all that fighting, they settled. He paid them $45 million. And Seattle realized it wasn't worth it anymore. He took the team and he took it to Oklahoma City. It's crazy because Kevin Durant was drafted in 2007. He played 1 year for Seattle, in Seattle, wearing the green and gold.
It was a good year.
It was a good year. It feels like AI when you look back at those.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't feel real seeing him in that uniform. And this city that is one of the strongest fan bases we've ever seen, taken away from them. He lied. He lied to the city. He might have lied to Howard, and he got the sale and then settled to move the team. And we saw what happened to Oklahoma City ever since then. Had Kevin Durant, got Russell Westbrook, got James Harden, made it to the NBA Finals. All these accomplishments, 3 MVPs they drafted, all should have been in Seattle. It's crazy. And then you go even further. Those guys go on to win championships. Kevin Durant goes on to win a championship.
Yeah.
Eventually they'll go get Shea.
Serge got one.
Serge got one. Shea comes in. He wins a championship for Oklahoma City. All of these things should have been in Seattle. They took everything because of Clay Bennett. And all those fans just completely lost their team. And then they lost all the upside. All of the last 15, 20 years since that sale, everything that's happened with Oklahoma City since then should have been Seattle's. And Clay Bennett completely changed that.
Incredible.
It was shocking.
It is very shocking. But this Clay Bennett guy he's smart.
He's a smart guy. He's a businessman.
He's a businessman. He understands the game.
And it's super sad. Howard regrets it. He claims he didn't know that this was going to happen. In 2021, Seattle finally got the renovations done. They have a brand new arena, state of the art, one of the best in America. It's called the Climate Pledge Arena. It's great. They finally did it, and they do it when they don't have a team anymore. So the city of Seattle, if you were a Supersonics fan, this was taken away from you. You were lied to. You had great history, better history than a lot of teams that made it through all those decades. And here you are, without a team, until now. Finally, Adam Silver admitted it. Everybody realized Seattle should have kept that team.
For sure.
And now they're finally going to get one as early as 2028.
2028.
That's the next expansion team, but they got to start over. They're not going to get their original banner. They're not going to get Kevin Durant or Shea Gilgeous or any of the things that Oklahoma did.
Maybe it's better for them to start over, you know?
New memories.
Slate. New memories, new slate.
Yeah. I mean, what would happen if this happened to like the Boston Celtics? If this happened to another team? If you just lost your team, taken from you because of one guy
That would be crazy.
who broke a lease?
Yeah, exactly. I think it would go in history like this is.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't talk about this very often, actually. This is like kind of a story that kind of gets swept under the rug.
Yeah. We don't talk about why Seattle lost to Supersonics. It was at the end of the day because of an arena that was losing one owner money, and he passed it off to another guy who lied to an entire city.
And you think possibly this guy, Howard Schultz, was working with Clay Bennett?
It's possible. It's possible he knew and he just didn't want to deal with this anymore. But those emails existed. They say otherwise.
Was it Clay that paid $45 million to kind of get the city off his...
Probably his group, the group that was buying it.
Yeah.
They probably settled with the city, yeah.
See, I mean, money talks.
They put up over $400 million to take Seattle's team and create a $1 billion franchise.
Yeah. I mean, it's still an investment, you know?
Yeah.
You know, he's taking that risk.
No, it's true. From a business perspective, this is the NBA. This stuff happens. And it's just, even at the time when it felt impossible, when it felt illegal, a guy can find a way to do it if you find the right situation and if you find the right loophole. That's what's crazy about this, man. It's not even a sports story. It was about a city's identity that got purchased, disassembled, shipped off, gone forever, just taken from people when they were lied to and just outbought. It's just sad because I can't imagine my team got taken away from that. You know, I couldn't even imagine it. And now, decades later, they finally get a chance to get it back. They finally have a chance. Yes, you lost Kevin Durant. Yes, you could have had Shea. Yes, you could have had all these things. Bring it back.
In 2 years.
Bring back them Supersonics, man.
I mean, we need another team with green. You know, it can't be just the Celtics and the Bucks.
All right, bro. All right, bro. If you enjoyed this episode of Balcony Ball, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode.